Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the GCMA Partnership Network. Today, I'm delighted to welcome our newest partner to this network, and that's Barry Ersoz from Energy Direct Group, of which he is one of the founders. So, Barry, welcome to the GCMA, and if you'd like just to tell our members a little bit about yourself and how Energy Direct Group came to be.
Yeah, thanks, first of all, Darren, and morning. Thanks as well for announcing us as the newest member, our trusted partner to GCMA. So we're independent energy consultants. We serve clients across the UK and Ireland, ranging from micro business to SME to I&C, in all aspects of utilities. Our main core services are energy procurement, so looking at energy contracts either midway through contract term or at the time of renewal or at the time of acquisition. We also cater for waste management solutions, card terminals as well, telecoms and broadband. We do meter and site works projects. We offer bespoke services where necessary, and we also have a fully automated bill validation service that we provide to our clients. On top of that, or outside of that, and the reason for joining the GCMA primarily was to assist GCMA and its members on the path to carbon net zero self-sustainability and offering our services in renewables.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's the last point there that you made about sustainability is was a highlight of the first conversation that we had up at Ripon City Golf Club. And
yeah,
as I've mentioned a few times to many people, that the survey that we did to our members in 2022, the number one topic that came out as managers wanting to have a little bit of help and guidance with, certainly more help and guidance with, is sustainability. So to be able to bring somebody in that can help guide them and get them on that journey. And I know that we talked a little bit about the journey towards net zero, and often the challenge is where do I start on that journey? How do I get my first step on that path to being more sustainable? So it's great that you've got quite a bit of insight to bring into the GCMA network that we can tap into.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing is, it's like what you said there. I think there's a lot of companies, not just golf clubs, that first of all, where do they start? What do they look at initially? We work alongside trusted partners ourselves nationally, whereby we can carry out energy audits or energy surveys, and that's whether it's on site, visiting, for example, the golf clubs, or doing a virtual survey via Google Earth, Google Maps. That's primarily for solar. The three main renewables that we'd be looking to do golf clubs of what we would see a benefit are solar PV itself, battery storage, as part of that solar package, as well as voltage optimization and also EV charging. Now, I know there's a lot of golf clubs out there that, their budgets may be very, very tight, and that's the reason why we've come up with, funding solutions or profit share solutions, for the golf clubs, so that they're not having to, find that financial outlay and be a burden, to the club. So with just an example of looking at renewables for golf clubs, we were invited into Ripon City Golf Club to look at a renewable option, which was solar PV. They had actually received a couple of quotations on that. However, they didn't want to fund it outright due to finances. So they were looking for a power purchase agreement, which is a way of funding the renewable project. They were unsuccessful because of the consumption. They were deemed too small, and therefore couldn't get a PPA put in place. So as it stands at the moment, they don't currently have any renewables at the club. So with our assistance and help, if you like, in our services, we were able to identify a funder for power purchase agreement. However, because of the consumption it's using, it was a 20-year term power purchase agreement with a rate of 27 pence per kilowatt hour. 27 pence per kilowatt hour in today's market is still a little bit high, but you've got to look at the longer term, 20 years down the line. Yeah. But what we've been able to identify is that by aggregating a number of golf clubs and increasing the consumption, we can reduce the cost which means that, basically stronger in numbers. If there's golf clubs out there that are struggling to get funding for any renewable solutions that are looking to implement, then we have a facility whereby we can more or less bring a basket to the table, if you like, of golf clubs, as one, with a greater consumption, reduce down the pence per kilowatt hour, and get the project over the line. And that works on solar and battery storage. If a golf club's already got solar, we won't be able to offer a PPA. It's got to be, a brand new project. That being said, if there's any golf clubs out there that've got any issues with roofing where they might need any repairs doing, we can actually, implement that into or add it into the PPA. Yeah. And also as well, the good thing is, whilst the PPA is in place, they've got peace of mind knowing that it's covered by insurance and maintenance cover as well. So they don't have to worry about a thing. That'll all be taken care of whilst it's under the power purchase agreement. Also as well, when the power purchase agreement ends, the golf clubs would be gifted the hardware, the solar panels or whatever it may be. So that's what we've got in terms of an offering for renewables on solar. We also can look at voltage optimization, which is a way of reducing the ampage that comes through any equipment that they're using. What it does is it reduces the voltage, if you like. It optimizes it, which again is a good exercise in terms of reducing not only energy costs but also reducing carbon footprint. Yeah. So again, we don't. The way that we can do that is by, again, working alongside our trusted suppliers. We can install the hardware and we can do a profit share on that. So we've seen, for example, at the moment, the voltage optimization solution that we're looking at, our trusted partner is currently working alongside Green King, installing voltage optimization into 750 of their pubs. And so far, their investment has been £8,000, but they're actually saving £5,000 now with the voltage optimization being installed. So they're seeing a return on investment in year 2, but they're different. They're paying for this outright. But we can actually look at doing a revenue share whereby if it was, say, an £8,000 investment, whatever it's drawing down on, whatever that saving is, then they would split it 50-50 with the golf club until the time that their investment is paid back, and then again it's gifted, and then it's 100% saving to the club. Again, with EV charging, we can do exactly the same, where it's on a profit share, so the clubs wouldn't pay a penny for any of the install or the hardware. And again, any saving, any profits that are made from the chargers being used by members or any visitors to the club, and that would be shared with the club until it was paid off, and then it'd be 100%. But just going back to the battery storage, sorry. I know that some of these clubs have, they may have conventions or they may have events, weddings or whatever it may be, that may be in the night time. One thing about battery storage is, if for these events they could draw down on that storage on the power that's been generated and stored. So again, they're not using their main electric. They're drawing down the energy that's being produced. And also, we're looking at working alongside, green energy partners as well. We are aware that some businesses and some clubs may be, environmentally conscious of how the energy itself is produced. So we have actually put in place an agreement with a 100% renewable, energy supplier that could offer that to the golf clubs at a discounted rate as well. So not only are we looking at drawing down on the on the carbon footprint, but we're also looking at, getting the best possible savings we can for their energy, also on the electric, not the gas, because obviously, the electric that's going to be green, produced green. So yeah.
So I think taking away from what you just said there, there's an awful lot of different arms to the sustainability journey that you can add quite a bit of insight and practical help with there for our GCMA members. So I think what would be great is following on over the next few months is to start breaking those down into different areas. So maybe concentrating on the EV charge, and then some of the other topics that you touched on there, because I think our members would really benefit from that knowledge and understanding that you clearly have about this industry and the passion and the will that we've all got to get on this sustainable journey. As I say, it's the number one topic golf club managers want to have help and guidance with. So to bring you on board with that, be able to offer some insight, I think is really beneficial. Just to finish off the call, I think our GCMA members would like to know a little bit about you and the company. What's your journey been like into standing there talking about EV charging and voltage optimization? What brings you into this?
Well, it was a conversation back in 2003 when I first came into the industry. People were, it wasn't on people's agenda or radar at that point. People were just after the best possible deal. When I first started in the industry in 2003, we were specialising primarily in the licensing trade. So we found a niche in the market. Anybody that was looking to serve, alcohol or any spirits, they were having to go to the magistrate's court to get an interim authority or protection order in order to serve the alcohol. At that point, when we were visiting these pubs and restaurants and takeaways, it was all about price. There was nothing really about, energy saving. You may have been talking about LEDs, light bulbs and things like that, but nothing as big as what we are today. However, it's kind of mandatory for some companies, depending on size and, turnover, to be implementing these kind of, renewables now and reducing carbon footprints. But we've seen prices when we first entered the market, gas prices at just under a penny a kilowatt hour. Now you're looking,
wow,
anywhere from 5 pence upwards. Although, back in 2022, prices were, in the teens, 14, 15, up to 20 pence a unit. It was unprecedented, the pricing. More so on the electric as well, went up to like cases between 80 pence a kilowatt hour to £1 a kilowatt hour. So we're starting to see the market drop. It has dropped over the last several months. So they're coming back down, but they're still not where they were, pre-pandemic. But yeah, my own, route into utilities, started in 2003, predominantly dealing in the licensing trade. From knocking on doors and speaking to, regional managers of pub companies, that may have been on site back in the day, because, back in the day, and I'm talking, it's still, post-millennium, but there was no verbal recordings, there was no docu-signs, it was all, carbon copy contracts. You had to be on site to visit the customer, to sign the customer. So it was a bit more of a longer drawn process, even in processing the contract back in those days. But again, it gave us the opportunity to speak to regional managers, to speak to stock takers, and slowly but surely it got us in front of, bigger, larger companies like Enterprise Inns PLC, which became the I Group, which then became Stonegate, Star Pubs and Bars, which is Heineken, Daniel Thwaites Brewery in Blackburn, Green King to some extent, and also multi-site operators. So, we've had a diverse range of, customers over the years. But, we've just built on and, built on and moved with the times. And, we see the next, at least 20 years, there's going to be a hot topic around, renewables and, wherever people are always going to struggle initially of how do we start off. But, we've got the knowledge, the know-how and the team, behind us that can, help and provide assistance throughout that journey, and look at implementing a solution that's right for the business or right for a golf that is going to draw down on the carbon footprint and reduce their costs overall. And that's how, we demonstrate our services by reducing the costs of our clients. And that's ultimately what it's about.
Fantastic stuff. You obviously know your industry there, having had quite a bit of experience before dipping the toe in the golf industry. So that's brilliant. Barry, I just want to say thanks for your time today. Really enjoyed chatting to you. I know we chatted offline as well, and you've got a wealth of knowledge there between yourself and the team that's behind you as well, and the trusted partners you work with. So I'm confident our GCMA members will be able to get on that sustainable journey a little easier with a little bit of guidance from you and the team on your area of expertise. So, Barry, thanks very much for joining us today, and welcome to the GCMA network. How do our members get in touch with you?
Okay, so they can get in touch with us. Our website is currently under construction at the moment, in light of there's a lot of exciting things happening within our company. So they can contact us either via email. So we've set up an email address, gcma@energydirectgroup.com, or they can contact us on our landline, which is 0330 1746 746, or I can give you my mobile number. My mobile number is 07956 432 656.
Fantastic. All those details will be going up on the partner page for Energy Direct Group. So head over to gcma.org.uk and look at the partner page on there, and a little bit more information to recap what we talked about today. So Barry, once again, thanks very much, and look forward to working with you, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone. See you on another partner recording very soon.